Hello. Hello. There we go. Hello. How you doing, everybody? Hello. How you doing? How you doing, everybody? I hope you're well. I hope you're doing good. Omega, how you doing? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Your favorite Australian man. How many Australians do you know, though? how steep is the competition? You know. How you doing, everybody? How you doing? Good to see you, Cade. Ag. Good to see you. What drum am I making today? I don't know. I don't know. We're starting something completely new today, and I just don't know what I feel like. So probably one thing I'll do is I've got a couple of new libraries that I want to explore, and that's usually a starting point to try and figure out what I want to write, because I'll just find something that sounds kind of cool and I'll just work with that. That's generally how it works. But it might also go very wrong. You know, sometimes things don't work out. I do feel like maybe something sort of, I don't know, more orchestral in nature, like bigger orchestral sound. But because I haven't written something like that for a little while, other than for project work, because I've been doing a lot of that. But nothing for the library. A lot of stuff for the library has been more like small sounds, more intimate sounds. So maybe something bigger, but I don't know. We'll see this where it goes. I'm just gonna go roll with it. This is my composing style. Is this? I just kind of roll with it. Let's see where it takes me. Particularly for the library, when I have no real goal in mind. So the problem at the moment I'm having is that I seem to be writing really fine for projects, for stuff for other people, but when it comes to writing something for the library, I'm sometimes at a loss. It's like I don't know what I want to write. You know, maybe I need you guys to come up with an idea for me, or find some like videos to score or something. I don't know. I just need to get those creative juices flowing, guys. Miller, how you going? How am I doing? I'm doing alright. Yeah, I'm currently in a period of jury duty, so I have accepted the challenge given to me by our local Supreme Court to be on jury duty, which means I don't have to be on a jury. Like I'm not on a jury at the moment, but I have the potential to be called to the court to then possibly be impaneled. So like you get dragged into the court, and then they decide whether you're someone they want to have on the jury of a certain trial. That's fun. I'm hoping that I actually get to do something. Otherwise, I feel a bit cheated that I said yes to it and then nothing happened. But so far, nothing. Private project work. What's your dream climb project would be for a 5 to 10 minute in animation? I don't know, actually. That's a good question. I was actually maybe a little bit, I think about it, like I was a little bit jealous of, I think it was Sarah Schachner who got a job on one of the was it the mission? What was the mission? Maybe was it Cassini? It was like a sort of a video that NASA made. That was just like almost like just 10 minutes of like space moodness, moodiness. And she got to write this amazing score, or part of it anyway. It was 2 people I think who contributed to it, but she wrote this really, really cool sort of electronic piece for it. That would have been a cool job, I reckon, working for NASA, doing an animation for NASA. But working for Alan, it's pretty good too. Alan's pretty good. You want me to make jazz, Jay? Actually, I was trying to make a little bit yesterday. Like space, more like space fusion jazz. I don't know what it was. but I don't know how I like it. I was thinking of working on it today, but I don't know whether I like it. So I'm gonna let that cook for a little bit. Just let it simmer. See where it takes, where it goes in a couple of days, I think. You have to show us? No. Alright, or maybe I can play. I did it bounce a bit out, so I'll play a bit in a little bit. You can tell me if it's worth pursuing or not. I have been working on a bit this week, yeah. Are you gonna make music for make Minecraft like music? Maybe. Yeah, the ether stuff, that was a little harder than I was expecting for it to be. I don't really write that kind of, you know, sort of synthy. Like I write synthy ambient music, but it's a very different kind of synthy ambient. It's very pure tone kind of, you know, simple sine wave, sawtooth wave kind of synths that Emil used on the Ether soundtrack, and trying to emulate that was a little tough. I don't know, trying to get the right vibe, because I have my go-to sort of way of working, and it's a little bit different. So that was something. I learned a few things. I actually created a bunch of patches from scratch for the score, which isn't it's rare for me to do that. Sometimes I do, but it's very rare. And I was working in I used Absinthe for a lot of stuff. So yeah, that was fun. Music for Ether is so good. Nice. Yeah, the ending battle was fun. Sort of building up that in like sort of anticipation, and then dropping, I guess, Purple's new theme. I don't know what it is, what it will be, where we'll take it, but it's kind of a fun theme to bring in that final battle, with a bit of the drum and bass beat drop. Not really, but you know what I mean. Convergence is so good. Yes, thank you. I enjoyed that one. A little bit different with the sort of the kick drum sort of thing going on, but I actually think it's making me think, yeah, I could probably do a bit more of this. Running out of cool names? Yes. I'm fast running out of them. I need to come up with nice phrases now. Phrases are the future, I think. I think some of my choices of like titles have really contributed to how well tracks have done as well, I think. There's things like I Walk with Ghosts and Chasing Daylight. Those kinds of tracks have, like, they're a little bit more like evocative, I guess. They got like, they conjure a bit more of a story that people can sort of read into when they listen to it. So maybe I have to think about those things. I'm not a very good writer, not a good poet, so I don't know. I have to think up some stuff though. Or maybe just read stuff and find some inspirations in the world somewhere. Mr. Man, how you going? Thanks, Jay. Yeah, Alan is always the one to push me. You know, he always has something new for me to try in terms of styles. It's good. But I feel like it's also, like, because I have tried to do that kind of thing for other clients as well, and it's, I don't know, sometimes it's harder for certain people because they expect certain things. Alan's just very, I don't know, I think he's just kinder. He's he I think he gets when I, you know, it's a bit of a challenge, and he's patient with me and has really good suggestions. Because when you listen to music, you know, like, Alan will hear things differently to how I hear them, and he has got really good ideas as well. So he contributed as well. Who's your favorite character in the Ether? Yeah, KO is great. King Orange did good job. Are you making a new score fight on? Not today, but I am working on more animations, Fallon. So there's more to come. think the next animation versus animator. That's the next project. Always curious, do you play or have played instruments? I think primarily I grew up playing, oh, not primarily, I did. I grew up playing piano. That was what I guess I learnt music on, was playing piano. And my mum religiously drilling in practice and piano lessons, and that was my thing. But I don't think I'm like I'm not a very good piano player. I used to be pretty good, but I'm not anymore. But I know enough to be able to perform a lot of the programming that I'm doing for like my MIDI performances, for making samples sound better. You know what I mean? But I do play a teeny tiny little bit of guitar, and but that's probably it. I got recorders behind me. Do recorders count? I don't know. I would really like to learn. So I discovered later in life, in my, I don't know how old I was, maybe my 30s, I don't know. But there was a violin sitting in my parents' spare bedroom in the cupboard that I didn't know about. It was apparently my great-grandfather's violin that he brought over to Australia from the UK, I don't know when, actually. And it's in a bit of disrepair, but my plan this year is to get that fixed up by a violin luthier and have it ready to play, so I can learn how to play the violin, because I want to learn how to play the violin. That's the goal this year. Well, not. I know, running out of time already. We're nearly May. Oh my gosh. And I also have an accordion behind me as well, like a 80 bass piano accordion that I inherited from my uncle when he passed away. And I mean, I understand like how it works. I can play some notes, but I can't really play it. So that's also something I'd probably like to get a little bit more familiar with. I'd love to record it. I know. It seems like a severe lack of like good accordion sounds. So it'd be kind of good to know how to play it. Because it sounds so orchestral. It's such a big sound. I didn't realize how like rich accordion sounds are. It's very, very full. So it'd be cool to kind of incorporate them into tracks or something as like a bed, really, because you can play amazing drones. It feels like it's like a bagpipe. It just plays these like really super long sort of bass drones. It's really cool. Musician Deborah, thank you. That's awesome. Thanks for listening. I've been thinking of getting some of Alan's. He's got these like little stick figures that you can buy. It'd be kind of good to have in the studio, I reckon. There's like a little memento. Get the crew. I reckon that'd be fun. But they keep on selling out, so I have to probably do that sooner rather than later. Who's the composer I admire the most? It's tough. That's tough, AG. I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot of composers. There's a lot of people very influential on me. So that's probably the hallmarks of admiration, I guess, is when you incorporate some of their sound into your sound. You asked me a question, are there any unreleased library tracks you plan to release? At the moment, no. There's a lot of unfinished stuff. At the moment, there's a lot of stuff that I just don't know whether it's worth finishing. It's not really, I'm just not really feeling them, So, which is rare for me. Like, because usually anything I start, I generally finish. I usually have a pretty good record of, closure on tracks that I've started, but this year's been not great for that. So I'm a little bit behind on library releases. So today, hopefully, we strike ground on something that actually feels good, and then we can get it through the pipeline. I hate talking like this, in terms of the library stuff, because it's like I want music to be good, and I want to give it the time it needs to be good. But I also have to. It's almost like I'm in many ways, I'm kind of like a content creator. The things that I'm writing are actually the content, and I've got to kind of keep things rolling. Otherwise, I become irrelevant. Like no one cares about me anymore. So I got to keep on kind of creating something, but it's a little, sometimes you put a little bit extra pressure on yourself to do it, and then you end up doing stuff that doesn't feel very authentic, or you just don't really vibe with. It's tough, man. It's really tough. It's tough life, I'm such a... I'm fine, guys. Things are fine. I think in that little sort of period, I have been working a lot. There's been a lot of projects that I've been doing, and I probably just need a little bit of a break. That's probably what I need the most. Ordered in Space One? Yeah, I think you're right, Jay. Yeah. Not a big deal. Gonna start doing live action violin covers. I think I need to learn how to play the violin first. There's a colleague of mine who also does a bit of work for Silver Screen, which I do. And he's been posting videos on Instagram of he's learning how to play the violin as well. I'm so jealous of him. He's doing such a great job. It's gonna be me. It's certainly easier to be patient with a creative when you have experimented with them enough to understand how hard it be. Yeah, talking about Alan. Yeah, absolutely. I think he's very understanding. Yeah. Nothing but nice things to say about Alan. What are the three most important instruments in cinematic music? Like in 25. Which was 25? AVM 25. Can you remind me which episode that was? AVM 25. The Ultimate Weapon. That was the big episode. No, it wasn't. Which one was that one? I forget everything. Pig Step. Most important thing is amazing source material. Lena Rain is doing a lot of the work here, because we end up using Lena's track in this, so it's mostly her. The rest is just, pretty window dressing. There's a lot of orchestral stuff. So big choirs, which is Oceania, I think. And they all, at that time, the orchestral template I was running with, so it was a lot of Hollywood orchestra from East West, and I think that was probably it. I was not really, at that point, not really dabbling with a lot of other different libraries. But yeah, the secret sauce there is Lena. Lena Rain. Hey Bar, how you going? Oh, I love Conkers, that's an old one. An 8-minute battle track where the most tense action, the ending being sad and emotional. Oh. I mean, yeah, that'd be good. 8 minutes of battle music is kind of... That's a... hard, though. Harder to write. It'll take me a little while, I guess. Thank you, Cade. I know I like that you believe in me. This is good. What's your inspiration for making music? Very good question. I don't know. Essentially a need to kind of produce sounds, I guess. I get a lot of my inspiration from things I see and read, and like, so quite often when I'm writing music, I'm using some sort of visual to kind of spark something in my head about like a story or a feeling or something. So often I have something like ArtStation on a side screen. I'll have like some really cool sort of sci-fi fantasy visuals that will just kind of make me well, I guess, yeah, try to spark something, but it doesn't always work. But I come from, like, I think, like, as a teenager, I fell so hard for film music. I just loved it, really loved it, and I really got into it. And I think so. A lot of my music, when I'm writing it, is very cinematic because of that. It has that sort of storytelling aspect to it. And so good stories are part of that, I think. Artemis Mission made you think of the Hidden Figure score, yes. Never realized how often synth is used to imply space theme, yeah. It's kind of like one of those shortcuts that we've kind of come up with as a body of composers. I think, I mean, it's getting a little less these days because, like, I think that sort of 80s and 90s sort of synth tone, it's kind of bleeding into a lot of different things now. Like the Stranger Things kind of thing brought up. Well, but Stranger Things is also kind of a spacey in the end. It ended up being more of a spacey thing. So maybe it does pan out. I don't know. But yeah, it's funny how we all come up with kind of these shortcuts, because it's all about, like, when you're creating a score for something, you're kind of trying your best to use musical language that people somewhat identify with. Like, unless you're doing some sort of more sort of experimental art house kind of storytelling, you're quite often relying on certain, like, I guess, tropes, or like very very well used ideas of what how emotions translate to music, I guess. So, and feelings, and synth is a good way to portray space, because apparently the Lost in Space and Star Trek and everything kind of made us think that synths are spacey. Gecko, so Slate and Ash is what we're going to be playing with today. These are the primaries libraries. I think it's more, I don't know actually, because it's I bought them thinking they would be more like chamber strings kind of articulations sort of style libraries, but they're actually probably more like the interesting parts of them come out in more like that sort of that line between that sort of chamber, neoclassical sound and experimental, like electronica. Like there's a sort of that blend there. So it's almost like, and I think it's the engine, which I think is what we're going to try. I'll try and explore today. It's sort of the engine that everything's sort of running in. It's quite powerful. You can get quite a cool sort of array of different kind of textures and sounds out of it, including what I think is really awesome, the ARP. There's like arpeggiated sounds and harmonization presets. You can just press a key and it sort of randomizes like a sort of like vamping different notes within a chord. It's kind of cool, and a very quick way to sort of build a really interesting kind of bed and texture and stuff. So I don't know how I'm going to use it yet. It's going to be interesting to see once I learned about it a bit more. Can I know what my law of learning making music is, please? What do you mean by law? As in my background? Or something else? No, so I should try. I should attempt to make underwater sounding music. Ooh. Underwater music. That's a thought, Jay. Let's see how we might be able to steer things towards that today. Yes. Okay. So we'll do this and then we'll start trying to make some music, make some noises at least. My background. So I grew up in a house where my mum was very adamant that I should learn play piano. So I started playing piano at like 5 or 6, I think. And then I played piano until I was sort of late teens, maybe 16, 17. And did a lot of the piano classical sort of performance stuff. Doing all the exams and theory exams and stuff. So I did have a really kind of, I guess a formal education there. And then after high school, sort of I dabbled with some other things, but I ended up eventually doing a Bachelor of Music. So that's like a degree in music at Queensland University of Technology. In the end, probably not that useful. I don't know. It ended up not being I was not a very present kind of person. I wasn't really making the most of that degree. And then after that, I actually started sort of doing gigs like, various sort of short films and a feature film at one point. But then I actually started doing a lot more work for a trailer music sort of production library in LA. And that was maybe like mid 2000s. And so I worked for them for a while. I eventually moved to LA in like 2007 or something, to work for them. And then it sort of burnt out. It was a lot of work and long hours and not a great working arrangement. And then I ended up quitting music. I ended up leaving music. Like I came back in 2008 and kind of, I don't know, floated around for a while. I ended up doing science. That's what I ended up doing in the end. Took me a while to get there though, and some encouragement from my wife. And going back and doing a science degree, got a PhD eventually, and then worked in soil science for 5 years after that in Sweden. And then music was this kind of thing I did for a hobby for a while. It was just the thing I did on the side just for fun. And that's where the library sort of came from, was me writing music for fun and putting it out there, trying my best to not put value on the music, just to have people use it and have fun with it if they want. And that slowly has built momentum over time, particularly the more sort of structured I came with, like releasing sort of music. And then it's to the point where it was doing so well that we had to make a decision about whether if I stayed in science or continued to see the music roll on. And so we ended up jumping from science back into music, and so now I'm full-time music again. So it's weird. That's my story. It's a bit weird though, and it's the library has been the thing that has enabled me to do that. But also these sort of long-term relationships with Alan and with Silver Screen that I've developed. So there's like a record label that I do a lot of work with as well. So there's a lot of things that have made it really possible. It's slowly happened. Slowly happened over time, but it's like, things don't happen straight away, but They do happen. And you never really predict what's going to happen, really. You just gotta kind of gotta roll with it, I think. Been lucky where I had a lot of opportunities given to me, so that's definitely one thing I have to be mindful of. Yeah. Alright, do you want to make some music? Well, let's make some music. Turn this off. He's found this finding Nemo score. Yeah, good score. Rhythmic background, background float and play waves. Yeah, okay. Lots of low energy, drawn out wind instruments. I think you're on a bit of a score binge. Nice. It's not a bad place to be. I need to do that. I think I have. That's one thing that I've been struggling with is actually making time to listen to stuff. I don't tend to do that much these days. Just a bit of a problem. Which one of your hobbies is skilled as you making music? Glad you decided to stay. Thank you. I think, I mean, anything you put your time into. I put a lot of time into music, and I was in a position where, I mean, I did spend a lot of time in my evenings. That was like in Sweden, definitely the 5 years that I was there. Music was kind of what I did on the evenings and weekends, um, and I guess I was kind of burning the candle at both ends. And that was the stream. Like a lot of you like came across me doing streaming at that point. A lot of streaming, like on Twitch. Um, that was the time where I think I was most productive for the libraries because I was streaming so much and mostly to keep myself accountable because I think if because I was tired, man. I'm tired. I was also dealing with sort of weird chronic illness that I didn't know what it was at the time and like it was a tiring time and like if I didn't have the stream um to keep me sort of accountable in writing, I think I probably just would like, oh, I don't care, I'm just going to sit on the couch and play Xbox, like it would just be very easy for me to have not created this thing. But it was actually probably my most productive time because there was just so much more freedom to play. Um, yeah, and I wasn't financially sort of. I was doing a job where I was also had a lot more um, freedom with my time as well, so that probably helped a lot. And we were good. Yeah, we weren't really, struggling to make ends meet, so also helped as well. Yeah, the streams. I do want to do more streams. I think it's just the I don't know. At the moment, I feel stressed about doing streams because I don't know. I've got to give it more attention and have a more of a plan of what I want the music for the library to be. I think I feel like I'm missing that sort of puzzle piece in my head. I mean, I know a lot of my writing has just been making stuff up on the spot, but it's not necessarily working much this year and the last couple of years, really. Um, and I also have been really a lot more busy with projects, which can't. Like some of them, like the Falling Frontier. I think Todd at Starter Fox Studios, he was more than happy for me to stream making music for Falling Frontier, and that may happen again. Um, but the rest of the projects, yeah, I can't even tell you some of them. I can't even tell you what I'm doing. You know, so it's like some of it's just, I mean, yeah, and I feel like that's taking more time than it ever has, which is a bummer because I want to focus more on the library too. Hmm. How'd you come up with release dates for tracks? Did you ever hope to release 2 or 3 tracks per month? I mean, I used to do two very comfortably, sometimes three. At the moment, I'm lucky to get one, But that's the problem. But yeah, we're gonna sort it out. We're gonna make something amazing today. Just watch. Just you watch. It's gonna be amazing. All right. So first of all, I need to set up routing so that you guys can hear things and I can hear things and we're all happy. We're gonna go. No, I need to make a new stereo bus because for some reason I can't just make a bus and route there. You have to hard route it there. Bear with me, guys. Just a moment. But thank you for hanging out, guys. Thank you for chatting with me. It's always a pleasure. Okay, bus B, which is, we're going to call that me. Me. You will all go to, oh no, not ADAT. We want to go to analog 3 and 4. And I am to 1 and 2. I don't know how this works. There's some weird stuff going on with my routing at the moment. Something's not adding up, but I'll have to figure that out later. Can't do that live. Might screw something up. All right, we're going to check to see if things are playing. That's a piano. If I mute me, can you still play? Yes. So it is working. All right. So let's load up some stuff. A toddler's recorder? What? It's supposed to be piano. If you had a toddler's recorder, we got a problem. We got a problem. All right, so these are the new libraries. I got the primaries woods and this primaries strings. And I'm still trying to figure out what these libraries are. Are you hearing something else? Have you got another window open? You got another stream open? I sprayed WD-40 into my pedal the other day and it worked fine. And now it's squeaky again. So that's piano. That should be piano. If it's not piano, then please consult the manual. Okay, I'm gonna finish this coffee. So this is the primaries woods. And it's just a bunch of like interesting recordings of various instruments. So we got a bunch of different recordings. The one thing I'm excited about is saxophone, because I don't really have much in the way of saxophone textures. I'll turn the expression on. So I feel like a lot of these are not incredibly useful on their own. And it's like I've been playing around the other day. But they also come, I guess they come kind of feedstock into this kind of the engine to create various sounds. They're cool textures. They're cool, like little sort of textural sort of things. I mean, some of these are really cool. There's like a tape function. So it's like it's slowed it down, but then it has the function where you can retain the pitch. So it sort of changes the timbre of it. So that's a cool, I think it's like an amazing feature. So that alone makes it a much more usable, I think. Almost becomes like an organ, you know what I mean? So cool. Ooh, it's a little bit glitchy. Some microphones used to have these sort of sounds in them. Yeah. So that's cool. I've also been playing with this sort of things where it's like a harmony kind of thing going on, where you can sort of choose like a scale, and then I think you can randomize it as well. There's like an arpeggiator. It's a bit weird. I think it works on certain patches better than others, but yeah. So this is the kind of the engine I guess we're playing with. There's also other things like Master Effects. You can play with various kind of other weird sort of effects. And there's a few of these kinds of things. Spatial sort of stuff. So there's a lot to it. I think I've got a lot of playing to do to try to find what's the most useful things. But it also has a lot of like presets. So that's what we're going to play it with most today, I think, because this is like interesting. This is a great way to like explore what it can do. And this is one patch I found the other day. It's like I want to play with this patch. So I don't know how they even made this patch. It's very curious. It's very cool. It's very, very cool. Yeah, I love ARPs. If you know me, I love rhythmic ARPs. Sort of make tracks for me. Now this sounds like Minecraft. This one is like a really... This one has like sort of... Is it Sweden? Or is it Mars? Mice on Mars? Is that the one? It has some very like sort of lo-fi vibes as well. Atmosphere, keys, pads, and it's so much. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. Mice on Venus, that's the one. It's like really interesting patches, like really textural. Which I tell you the truth, I don't think I really had this kind of level of like it's because it's pulling from organic starting points, you know. Like it reminds me a little bit of Polaris, that's Spitfire library, where they've got like a suite of orchestral sort of starting points, like sort of essentially samples, and then putting it through the engine to come up with these amazing textures. Isn't that beautiful? Playing with this, what is perspective? I don't know what this is, but it's like a spatial sort of thing. Very cool. Like it's very, very cool. Yeah, a little bit AV physics, exactly. Yeah. Is that tempo locked? Oh, that's so loud. Let me change that. Mm. Mhm. Mhm. Hey, Rocate Zone. Doesn't seem to be tempo locked. Can we? That sounds amazing. I wanna program it so that it. You're playing Val. What's Val? Like Valheim? I don't know what it is. Can we turn this off? Can we turn off? Okay, off. Can we record our own? How does this work? I guess we can. No, I don't want to reset. Hmm. An LFO. No, CC maybe. Can we. There we go. Mod wheel. Oh, Valorant. Oh, yeah. Have fun. Oh, I love this. That's amazing. Let's record something. Let's slow it down. There's a delay to this. Let's have a look around. Delay. If we turn that off. See ya, Ag. Have a great one. Thanks for hanging out. screwing it up. Some really loud things in that though. What's going on? Okay. We'll do 3 minutes. That's cool. Maybe 4 minutes. That'll do. Such a cool patch. Let's go save this because what do I want to call it? April 21 sketch. Very cool. Immediate inspiration. Not at all, Cade. All good. All right. So now we got one bed down. What else can we do? So that's crystal. Crystal forest. I kind of want to play with that arpeggiated sort of sound I was playing with earlier. I wonder if we can do that. Yeah, the cool thing about these engines as well, you can bring your own samples in. So one thought I had was like, I would like to record like that accordion that I was talking about before and feed it into something like this and create some really cool stuff. I want to, maybe I want to make a new instance. I don't know if I wanted to go through the delay. Oh no, let's leave that there for now. That's fine. All right. Load this up. Find that up that I was playing with before, which I think was this one. It's very percussive. I kind of like that. Oh. Turn that one off. Oh, let's get rid of that. That's fine. Maybe we don't want that to get energetic too soon. Let's have fun with this. Let's play with some strings. Actually, maybe. See you, Jay. Have a good one. Maybe. I bought them, Proxit. So this is not sponsored. Yeah, Instagram is serving up some good libraries these days. This is where I found it. Also got a new piano, the handcrafted piano, which is also coming up in my feed a lot. It's like, yeah, it sounds alright. I'll buy that. just need to change a setting so that I can hear things when I record on a certain track. Did I do the music for AVM 5? AVA 5. Yes. That's the showdown? Yes. That was probably that was the first one that I did for Alan. The first of anything, I think, that I did for Alan. He had used my library music in previous animations, but that was the first time I think. Yeah, we actually worked together, which is cool. Yeah, we'll just leave. I don't know what to call it. What's it called? We'll just call it primaries. Primaries would 2, and this one is Band-Aid. Does sound a bit ominous, doesn't it? Let's see where this goes. Still no Omnisphere. No. Bye. Mm. What do I want to do? Say no. Well, let's double down. Let's actually just explore more of these patches. We'll try the strings. We'll load up the strings one. We can make a whole entire track just using these libraries. Maybe that's the challenge here. I don't know. I've been hoping for those for the month of August to hear some intense, thrilling music releases since the new movie came out that month. I'm excited for the kind of hoping that would fit. What's coming out in August? What's that? Is that Dune? Dune Messiah. Okay, so what pads we got? What pads we got? I'll try Couture. Oh yeah. bit spooky. Hmm. Okay. Moody. Let's do that again. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Chill out. I think I hit that too hard. It's really loud there. Okay, well, that's a good start. It's a nice, eerie patch. I like it. Yeah, kind of like that middle mouse. It's kind of like the driving at night, trees screaming past you. But I also like the black hole idea. Like this kind of, I don't know, it's very, at the moment it's got a bit of that AV physics vibe, which I'm on board with. I don't know. It's gotta sort of escalate a little bit there, but I don't know where it's gonna go yet. So we'll just leave it there. Because that's enough. That's enough to work with, I think. But that's cool. It's a vibe. Very slow kind of vibe, kind of, slowly progressing, and I like that. I like that. Ah. Doing red light therapy. Interesting. Would be. It does feel very meditative. Got a stuck note. Okay. Don't know what's going on there. Still stuck on. Oh no. There we go. It's released. All right. So this is already pretty cool. I'm liking this. Primaries. Dreams. Ava Dreams. I might actually continue this pad. What's going on? Wiki, how you going? Why is this continuing? What is going on? Just chill out. What is going on with this patch right now? It's going mental. Just stop playing. It's that easy. Have I got like a pedal on or something? I do have a pedal. That'll do it every time. It's a bit like that, eh? It's a good thing I'm writing this in the morning. Otherwise, I might be falling asleep too. Just going to, you can see this. Drop these down here. This is like the second round here. 9 p.m. Yeah. I live in the weird part of the world where it's morning right now. Crazy. This is the same sketch, Kate. That was what I recorded before. That metallic sort of shimmery background, that's what I recorded. We're just building on it. Slow down. That's really just what we say to stop people from, coming here in droves because it's the best place ever. Yeah, nothing's really here to kill you. You gotta really go out of your way to find stuff. So I have like sort of a middle break and then up building up to some bigger idea. dear. We could double that. We'll leave it for now. We're not going to deal with that today. That's too far along. I do like tracks like this though, where you sort of almost sketching out large chunks of it. So you kind of have an idea of where it's going. It's good when you get to do that, because sometimes like some things very slowly build, you know, like in like, you know, a few second chunks. And sometimes you have very little understanding of where this track feels like it's going. And I lose, at least for me, I lose a bit of, I get a bit despondent. Really gotta lock that in. Okay. Nice rake. I think the back, I feel like what I normally do, it might be a bleak open, but then the back end section will sort of bring the hope back. That's what I tend to do. This actually reminds me a little bit. There's a track on Monomyth, called, what's it called? The Distance Between or something? Let me see if I can find it. Monomyth. The spaces between. This reminds me a little bit of this track. It's got a very just kind of the idea of that one was like because it's that whole album is about the monomyth, and that was sort of the sort of the traveling from the old world you knew to the new world that you're sort of to become a better person, to become the new person, you have to go and travel, you know, across vast distances, across alien worlds, and that was that sort of track. That was the sort of traveling one. So this one reminds me a little bit of that actually, and like a traveling. Okay, I'm gonna go get a drink. Be right back. Like metamorphosis, a little bit, yeah. Exactly. A state of becoming. But it's like that stage before, it's like the anticipation, I guess, of change. Very, very philosophical here, but it's like that before the heroes kind of encountered that first real challenge. It's that anticipation, you know, excitement, but also trepidation, that sort of thing. When does this start? Here. This at the moment is probably the best double bass section that I own, which is interesting. seems to be the most versatile. The Nashville scoring strings. The rest of it, actually, the library is really good, but still haven't quite found the place for the rest of it. But the bass is perfect. Sleep well in Faraday. Enjoy. Sweet dreams. Maybe it's octave higher. Maybe I'm right. See you, Cade. Have a good sleep. Enjoy. They were very helpful. Thank you very much. Thanks for hanging out. Major Thanos vibes, yeah. very sort of that dark, sort of doubled string lines. Very, very Alan Silvestri Thanos. Okay, let's save that. So I think it's a bit, that bass is too loud in most parts, so we have to play with that a bit. Oops, 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 oops. This is where I made a mistake. You know what? Actually, some voice would be really good in this. I could record some vocals, like my own vocals. Sort of very, sort of ambient. At least be a good layer. I don't know if it'd be like the feature, but it'd be kind of a cool element. I like to like insert myself into things. That can be fun. Use my, because I can, you know, sing sort of. Why not use it? Once I got that moment there, I might have a little gong. Sort of sustain. Oh dear. Yeah, there's a few library tracks. It It was more notable in like older stuff, but I have like some of the more recent. What was a good track? I think Honor Amongst Thieves is one, which is more like a, I don't know, like parody folk track, which is a little bit different to this. Um, but also like the score for Falling Frontier actually has a lot of my voice on it, which eventually you'll all get to hear. Um, Against that's a similar style to this, very sort of slow, a lot of slow ambience with a lot of room for like, you know, having fun with some vocals and making textures and stuff. Okay, we'll double with this. Sounds a bit weird though. What's going on? Got this right? Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes I think I get a little bit too weird with the EQing of my string. We'll play with it later. This seems a bit bright right now. I don't know why. Hmm. Slow build. Oh wait, that was the wrong patch. Didn't want to do. Oh god. I thought I was doing it on this one. This should be interesting. Oh, maybe I need to do it again. Doing it on the wrong patch, guys. I got so many different violin patches. Getting a bit ridiculous. Yeah, we'll have to do it again. Or I can just do the notes are right. We'll just do the modulation again. It'll be different. Every patch has a very different sort of performance feel, and doesn't always work out if you just use the same MIDI data for everything. Damn it. I've got to pay more attention to these things. Why am I not changing the clip? Okay. Hey, Blessed, how you going? What are we doing? I don't know. Some very slow ambient synthy orchestral vibes. Don't know where it's going yet. All right, now we should be able to do our work now. Some sort of back end, or at least more energetic kind of development, I think. This is starting to get a bit of a character. I like it. As I said earlier today, it's been rare to start things lately that I'm really happy with, and yeah, it's nice. It's nice to actually have something that I'm actually alright with. Harvey the background, yeah. It's kind of a vibe. I don't know. Making some stuff up, which is composition, but you know. Okay. The other stream actually liking what we make. Yeah. Sometimes it happens, you know? And you just gotta enjoy it when it does. I might hate it tomorrow, though. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's around the corner. Being zone is its best, even if it lasts for a moment or three, yeah. You compose you're there, music seems to come from somewhere else. Yeah. Hard to explain sometimes, eh? You just sort of know what things to do, what buttons to press. As soon as you fall out of it, it's kind of depressing. To me as well, because I'll probably get off in a moment, but it's like there are also like I can't work for hours on end, you know? Like I do know some people can just work all day, all night, never seem to like, I mean, they say this, but they never seem to like run out of juice. Um, but I find like, I don't know, 3 hours in the morning, it's my absolute max. And then I might be able to squeeze like maybe two in the afternoon. Um, and then it's probably not very productive too. It's like there's only so like it's such a small window every day to actually produce something I'm happy with. At least that I'm most likely to. It's interesting. Sometimes music is just for the moment. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes also got to just be feeling something. Like it's got to be something in you that's got to get out. There is a thing. There is an element to me, I think, where I've got to have a reason to sort of write. Like there's got to be a motive. Otherwise, it's just not going to end very well. Like I'll just write something that's not very directional. Direction hasn't got a good direction. And I just get lost in what the track is. Particularly the way I write, because I'm very improvisational in the way that I write. Um, so yeah, if I'm not really certain of where I want to, like, what I'm feeling and where I'm going, like, it's just not going to end very well. It's not going to do well. A lot of people say like the like and to a certain extent, I do have like, particularly if I'm having to write for a project that has a deadline, to a certain extent, you can kind of pull something out, using your muscle memory and the skills you've developed over, however many years you've been doing it, you can get something out. Um, but it's kind of can be a forced activity sometimes. Never always a great position to find yourself in, but I don't know. When I used to work for uh, the library in LA, where it was just kind of just right. Um, it was all about like the mentality was like creative. Was it inspiration is for amateurs? You know, um, the idea that if you're gonna wait for inspiration, then you're clearly not cut out to be doing this. Um, and it's like I mean, I agree with the statement in a certain extent. If you're doing this for a living, which I am now, you do have to write when you need to write. But uh, I don't know. I also hate that kind of mentality being forced on other people. Like it's just not a great space to operate. In the end, that's what burnt me out. Like it was just this idea that I wasn't good enough because I wasn't able to write as fast as I should have because I was not inspired. I don't know what it was, but it can burn you out. It really can. It can really nuke your brain. It really can. Anyway, on that cheery note, guys, I'm gonna go and find some lunch because it's lunchtime for me. And I'm very hungry. I'm incredibly hungry. But this is good. We started something. These libraries are great. I've been playing around, as I said. We're playing around with these today. These Slate and Ash libraries, the primaries, and that's great. They're really good. I think I'm going to be playing with them a lot more. They just got some really interesting sounds, really cool textures that I don't think I really have in any other library. And plus, it gives a really cool tool set to actually make something myself if I can figure it out. If I can figure it out. So yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be good. Going to be very good. Guys, thank you very much for hanging out. I appreciate you keeping me accountable and writing. We need to get the library music rolling because we haven't got anything in the queue. So we gotta give you guys something. So this is a cool start to something, I think. But thank you. Thanks for hanging out. I will have a great week. All right. Hope you have a great week. I will see you next week. I wish I could stream more. I'm gonna see what I can do about thinking about other times. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, guys. Until then, have a good one. Stay safe. Bye.